Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind. About your mother?
My mother?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my mother.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the High Tech Low Life podcast with your hosts Eric and Josh. Me amo Eric.
Te amo Josh.
Does that mean you? Doesn't matter.
Wait. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We are Eric and Josh. So we're back. This week is going to be a weird one. Our hubris got the better of us. We thought, we're old hats at the internet. This movie exists. Surely we can find it and watch it, even if it's kind of an obscure French movie. We could not. Or rather, Josh could, but it wasn't really understandable.
Yeah. I want to, since I went through it, I do want to give my capsule review of the 2016 film Ares, and that is, it seems like it is pretty good. Like it could be a really good and I don't know, maybe even great movie. However, the only copies I was able to find, and I found several, all had truly atrocious subtitling issues that made parts of the movie less than understandable. For example, the main character's sister focuses fairly heavily on the plot, and she was referred to exclusively as he.
That's confusing.
Yes. But I liked what I saw of the movie. Like, I mean, if it were to get a good American release, or at least a good, English language release, I would definitely be into like watching it for the show, because it's got some really, it's got some cool stuff. And it seemed like it was much better than my assumption, which was real steel but meat.
Yeah, that's what we were both afraid of.
But it's just like, and there are, like, I sent Eric some screen caps of the subtitles, and there are words that are absolutely 1000% not words in
English or French. It's like Franglish. Yeah. Franglish.
Like, yeah, just absolute fucking gibberish. And I'm just like, oh, is he I think he means the gun. Huh. Just insane, like 4 or 5 syllable words. I'm like, I guess that's a gun he's talking about? Okay, sure.
And for my part, I did go looking for it, and I thought, I'll just switch my VPN to France, and surely I'll be able to find it somewhere. Not so. I did find it for sale on YouTube, if you are presenting as being from France, but I was afraid it wouldn't have any subtitles, because the one trailer it had didn't have any subtitles. So given the subtitle issue, I feel like if YouTube could do it, then whatever Josh found could do it. So I didn't want to waste the money on something I wouldn't be able to understand.
Yeah. It was, but like I said, I think it was I mean, I watched the whole thing, and I think it was a fairly good movie, if at times somewhat incomprehensible. So,
well, if it's good, eventually they at least get proper subs on it, or a dub of it or something.
Yeah, like my hope, and I looked around a little, but not a ton, because I knew, shipping times wouldn't be with me. Mm-hmm. I looked around to see, this is the type of thing, it's possible it came out in England with, decent, Blu-ray, decent subs or dubs, but I couldn't find anything that would get anywhere near me in the 5 days.
Yeah. Well, so we'll put it back on the shelf and maybe to cover later, because it looks pretty cool and the vibes seem right for our type of shows. So
yeah, I really, I thought it was a good movie. I mean, and my French is absolutely fucking atrocious. My spoken French, I can kind of read a little bit, but like it could be the type of thing that it's not going to be one of the great movies, but it could be a really good fucking movie that a lot of people would really like. And it was disappointing,
like a split-second surprise type situation.
Yeah, I think it was a higher quality production than that. Yeah. But yes.
Well, I do hope I get to see it someday. But we definitely don't want to. We don't want to do a review of a movie we don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like I could give a fair review.
Yeah.
To a movie where I understand. I think I was probably on board understanding wise with about 85% of it.
Sure.
But I think having neither of us getting full understanding of the film, wouldn't make for a great episode.
Yeah. Plus, it would have sucked. Just spending half the time being like, wait, what's going? Who's that? What is his relation? Yeah, be like one of our Patreon episodes.
Yeah, it would.
Well, so this week, in lieu of covering that, first we're going to announce what we're doing next week, which is exciting, and then we're just going to do our normal intro thing. And we got an email I'd like to read.
Oh yeah.
Addressed specifically to Josh, not me, so I won't be chiming in.
Nobody cares about your opinions.
And and Josh has another movie he wants to talk about.
Oh, I do.
So that's if you hate intros, bye.
Come back next week.
That's what this is.
Yeah,
we don't have a movie to talk about this week. All right. So do you want to start with some dystopia talk?
Oh, sure. What do you think has happened that's dystopic?
Oh my God, dude. It's getting to the point where I can't list it. Like it's coming so fast, and it's so.
Well, let's see.
Cliche.
We have ICE firing on people in Chicago.
We have that weird generals gathered in their masses situation.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Hegseth, just like bitches with fat asses.
Yeah, they're all fat and hairy. He hates it.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention last week the Tylenol bombshell.
Yes, that's right. After the episode, I believe I remember that. Like, man, there's a lot of shit going on, guys.
Too much. I was starting to spiral a little bit this weekend. I had to shut it all down for a while.
Yeah, I would love to be able to do that, except I have other factors in my life that make staring at my phone kind of my only respite for the time being. So it's not helping.
You need to get yourself some Candy Crush or something on that bad boy.
Oh.
All right. So the deployments to Chicago and Portland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As
of this recording, I believe a judge has halted the one to Portland, although who knows if that'll be listened to or not. Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I saw a couple of hours ago. Yeah, we'll see. And maybe the dream of the 90s can be alive in Portland. I'm talking specifically about black bloc tactics. And but I don't want to get into indictable things.
No, definitely keeps the LKT on the background.
Oh, there's been a lot of that in my mind, and also specifically in relation to the originator of LKT.
Oh yeah, he's been in the news. I'm aware. I think about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Now, sorry, my brain went to a happy place.
Yeah, I know. Like just a deserted road.
Okay, stop. Forgot what I was gonna say. Shit.
Troops deployed to Portland and Chicago.
Oh, it feels different this time than in 2020 is what I was about to say. Like,
Yeah.
if the shit goes off the way it did in 2020, motherfuckers are going to get shot. Almost. I mean, people have already gotten shot, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
in mass.
Yeah, they are, specifically ICE is really fucking pushing it. I mean, just the random videos I've seen on Bluesky, like, those guys do not even slightly think that they are constrained by anything.
No, they like, even when compared to riot cops, like you can tell riot cops at least have like, I'd like to keep my job. These guys truly feel like just lunatics unleashed.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, an hour or so ago, I saw a video of one beating in a car window that there was a like newborn in a baby seat in the back seat, and this ICE guy really wanted into the fucking car and just smashed it with his fucking asp over and over again until it finally broke and sprayed glass all over the place.
All over the baby.
Yeah, it's a very cool and normal time for things to be happening. And would you be shocked to hear that the mother of the baby looked kind of Hispanic?
What? Oh, that's surprising. I'm sure he had probable cause.
Yeah.
God,
Well,
shit like the Fifth Amendment,
was...
probable cause, that seems like such a fucking fantasy.
Yeah, it really is. That's, I think it was Stephen Miller. I saw a thing yesterday, maybe, basically saying that, well, I mean, it's not race, but if we think they're, not legally here, then that's probable cause enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's literally not. That's a thought.
Uh-huh.
It's not evidence in any way.
Yeah.
It's like if never mind, I don't got a comparison, but
yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention, something I've noticed, and I think it bodes ill for our future. And it's, excuse me if I sound a little boomery or a little old man yelling at clouds.
Sure.
But, and I think I mentioned this to you before, but I think as a people, and I'm mainly aiming this at millennial whites,
mm-hmm.
We need to get tougher, people. Like, we need to get more comfortable being uncomfortable. Because the things coming that are going to be required of us are going to be extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not there. We are rapidly reaching the point where problems cannot be not even solved, but cannot even be begun to be dealt with by having a talk.
Yeah, and especially a talk on the internet, because I've been dealing with a lot of people, and this is not related to politics. This is like related to my job, but like I've noticed a lot of people just aren't returning phone calls. They aren't answering texts. They're just avoiding conflict any way they can. And it's just so many people I deal with on a daily basis, and everybody like will not have a face-to-face conversation because I don't think they're able to handle it. Meanwhile, they'll go on the internet and, everybody has 15 opinions they have to dump out and, all over the place. So,
and won't, with a gun to their head, say those opinions to a person.
Right. Exactly. To their, looking them in the eye or even listening to their voice. Like, how are you going to stand up to like a white supremacist hurting somebody if you can't go to the door when the doorbell rings? You know what I'm saying? It's Anyway, it just worries me. And this is specifically millennial boys, millennial men, and women too have this, whites, I should say, millennial whites has this. And I don't know if I say we, but we're not really millennials. We're kind of on the cusp of millennials and Gen X. So we kind of don't identify with either and often with both all the time.
I I think I identify pretty strongly with X, but sure.
And I lean more towards millennial, even though I'm older than you, which is weird. But I'll just be honest. I'm Gen Z, baby. I'm young. I'm youthful, full of vigor.
I'm a zillennial.
I'm so young.
An X-lennial.
Just turned 47. I mean, 27.
Uh-huh.
I just worry that they don't have the heart for what might have to happen.
Yeah, it's especially when this is going to sound weird when I say this, when so much of the enemy is going to be exactly their parents.
Mm-hmm. And they're friends as.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's I'm not worried about the black people and the queer people. They're in it, but us straight whites I'm worried about. And they're gonna need us because there's so many of us. They need the numbers.
Yeah,
we're kind of like the infantry of this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and fucking trans people, Jesus Christ, just like with the way I've been I don't think I brought this up on the show last week because, it had been a whole 24 hours since I had gotten real steamed about it. But the way that some of the fucking white lib political commenter class just is automatically totally willing to throw trans people under the bus and drive the bus over them. Yeah. Because, well, I mean, we should, Charlie Kirk was doing politics the right way. And by that, you mean he had roughly the same job as you, so you can identify with him as opposed to, I don't know, the people who have been getting the shit kicked out of them since time immemorial.
Yeah.
Is that all there is to it? Is that where we're at?
I don't know what to say, but I got to get used to having conversations that make me incredibly uncomfortable, which is not something that comes naturally to me either.
People don't like being uncomfortable. That's like definitionally.
But I feel like just as some of us would probably be well served exercising and getting prepared physically, we also we need to exercise our will to be in this discomfort and also to break rules, not just to when I was in Texas, there was a security line to get into the event I was in, and just watching the people line up and just do the dead-eyed stare when they didn't know where to go, if they didn't have a security guard specifically pointing them where to go. It's like, we've been in and out of here all weekend. You know where to just walk through. Like, don't be so beaten down by authority because the rules, there's going to be more of them. They're going to be way more unfair and they're going to be hurting more and more people. So you got to get used to breaking them.
Yeah. You have to be at least comfortable with the concept.
I'm not saying disregard the rule of law, because obviously there are laws that exist and are just, but there's a lot of them and more of them every day that aren't.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is a fucking media podcast. Well, it's getting better every day. I actually, on some days when I'm not miring in the news of the current news, like the current news is a shit show, but I do think there is an opportunity, and I think there are people preparing to seize it, to come out of this better than we went into it. I'm not saying that'll be fast.
Yeah, God, I hope so. I agree. There are people making moves. Unfortunately, a tremendous amount of the elected officials who should theoretically be doing so are not.
It's depressing. But more new elected officials are coming in all the time.
Yeah. That's the hope.
And on a better news side, I attended a charity concert on Thursday for Casey Tenants Union.
Oh, cool.
Which that actually got my vibes way up. It was a variety show. It was hosted by Caleb Heron and Waxahachie, who are
I saw this on the NPR channel newsletter.
Yeah. Caleb's a local comedian who's doing well. I believe Rolling Stone ranked him number 6 for influential people, which was one above Mr. Beast, which went viral when Mr. Beast had a meltdown about it.
Look, I don't know almost anything about Mr. Beast other than it seems to be very exploitative, but I'm pretty happy to hear.
Apparently afterwards, and he kind of calmed down, he did end up calling Caleb. I've seen him talk about it on podcasts and like apologize for calling him out. And Caleb was like, it's all good, man. And you're right. You're way more influential than me. I don't have any control over these things, but he's very funny. He's got a good podcast. And then Waxahachie is a kind of country singer who was nominated for, actually, I think she won a Grammy last year.
Was that last year? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was last year or the year before.
Well, maybe it was the year before. Time means nothing. But,
yeah, that's, well, yeah.
Anyway, they put on the show for Casey Tenants Union, and at one point, I mean, they had the crowd going. The Tenants Union is all these people came on stage and they were like cheering, and it was protest vibes, and they had everybody text the landlord of this one particular tower block in Raytown, and so everybody did, and they like waited and they said, "Stick your hand up when you've sent the text." So like that dude probably got 8,000 texts that night because they filled the Uptown Theater.
Nice.
I did it. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun seeing all those people. Like there's power in groups, man. We gotta remember that. And I know people say it constantly, especially in these lefty circles we hang and listen in on the internet, but you got to find your groups locally and get in with them.
Yeah. This is another thing that I didn't bring up on last week's episode because, I don't know, we're running out of time or something. Or I forgot because I was drunk. The Wednesday before last week, I went and saw a talk by Joey Santori, the guy who runs Crime Pays But Botany Doesn't on the internet. He has a YouTube channel, Instagram, etc., etc. Had a short-lived, low-budget TV show called Kill Your Lawn.
Okay.
And it's all about, his whole thing is about, hey, look at the plants and stuff around us. Lawns fucking suck. They're terrible for literally everything other than looking like a lawn. And, he does a lot of work and does a lot of talking in videos about how we should really change that. But anyway, I was in a crowd of, I think there were probably, 175, 200 people there at a nature center and, right off the plaza. And it was packed, like standing room only. And that was a nice group experience.
Yeah. I know a lot of people on the internet have trouble with groups. That's part goes back to the social awkwardness I was kind of talking about earlier. I would recommend fight that urge to just stay home and be alone all the time and read the news. Fight it hard if you can. Yeah, because seeing other people who believe in things like you do passionately is very motivating.
Well, and even if it's not even if it's not like a social issue or like for a cause or something like that. I felt really good this spring when, what is that fucking theater in North Kansas City called?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
Yeah. They did a series of David Lynch film showings.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And yeah, it was great just to be in a space with, 200 other Screenland armor.
Yeah. I went and saw the finale of Breaking Bad there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was really cool to be in a space with a bunch of people who were there. And it's not I guess, arguably, you could say that David Lynch films are a social cause.
A little bit.
Especially after Twin Peaks The Return and his quote about, fix your heart or die.
Oh, yeah, the best.
But still, even when it wasn't Twin Peaks The Return, when I was going to see Wild at Heart, it was nice to be in a, crowd of like-minded people.
Mm-hmm. Or think about Astronomicon, which we were at a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That reset my willingness to deal with the world battery, I guess.
Yeah. Same.
So if you're listening here, think about going to that next year. I'm sure they'd allow a dirty high-tech low-lifer in there.
Yeah, consider it.
Okay. I guess that was kind of a not completely depressing note.
Nah, I think, we brought it up at the end.
Yeah. Let's, I had 2 recommendos I wanted to give. And I know you've got one that's not a recommendo. Do you have any, actually things you do want to recommend before you get into the thing you definitely don't?
Possibly. Let's see why don't you do one and then I'll jump in if it's not one that you already covered.
Well, mine are 2 together. So, I doubt you were going to recommend these things because I got right. 2 records I want to recommend to everybody. As the seasons change and the leaves begin to fall, my music taste so too changes. And I go away from the kind of lighthearted indie tunes of the summer and go into the more metal-y tunes of fall. So I want to recommend 2 albums that came out recently. One is the new record from Paradise Lost called Ascension. They are a doom metal band. They are old school goth doom. They're one of my favorite bands of the 90s.
When you mentioned that they had a new record out, I don't know, maybe that was on the way to Astronomicon or something.
Could be.
It blew my fucking mind.
They've been putting music out this whole time, this whole 30 years or whatever. I went and saw them a couple years ago at the Riot Room, if you remember that place. It's about the size of a living room, and it was half full.
Pixies there, I think.
Wow, I feel like they would not play something that small, but maybe.
No.
Anyway, it was a tiny room and it was half full, and this is a band that sells out arenas in Europe because they're a British band. So it was weird, and I felt bad for them, but it still rocked. So whatever.
That's one of the things I always find so interesting. This band sells out soccer stadiums in South America and Europe, and they show up here and have trouble filling up a 250 seat club.
Yeah, second time it's happened to me. It's a very weird feeling.
Yeah, it has to be a wildly interesting contrast for those bands.
You want to apologize to them on behalf of your city. It's we have a bunch of hicks here, man. They don't get it. But both times they didn't fuck around. They still play like they're at the soccer stadium. So good on them. But
it was Frank Black solo. That's who I saw. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of for the Riot Room.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. I missed it. Unfortunately, met an early demise when a fire truck drove into it and threw it. And like I said, it's small, so a fire truck, pretty much that's all it is.
Oh boy, that's we can get into fire trucks crashing into buildings news if we want to talk Kansas City for a while more. Jesus Christ.
I think we've done enough. I wonder if we have any local listeners. No way. Paradise Lost, the record's Ascension. It's good goth metal. My other one is also kind of goth metal, and that's a band called Feytooth. Their new album, Labyrinthine.
I liked the couple of tracks that you recommended, or maybe you recommended one, and I went through the rest.
I've been kind of obsessively listening to it. They call it Doom Gaze, or they've branded themselves Fairy Doom because they're femme-presenting kind of Lady Doom. I don't want to call it that. That sounds awful. But I fucking love it. I've been listening to it nonstop. So there's some music recommendos from High Tech. Well, one half of High Tech Low Life anyway.
Well, I will also recommend that band because the track, I think you posted one track and then I listened to a couple others. And
probably October is the one I posted. It's very typo-y.
Right. Yeah. And also on that note, what was the other band that I discovered that evening? Thought.
Shit. I've been listening to them.
Fun as hell.
Thought Squad.
Club Squad, same thing. THOT, not like brain thoughts.
Yeah.
But that hoe over there. Thoughts?
I'll add that to the recommendos. They've only got a few tracks out there, pretty new. Weird fucking shit. I love it.
I very much enjoyed what I heard. And also, I want the audience to have a chance to listen to what was the Paradise Lost record from 25 years ago. What was that title?
Draconian Times. How could I forget?
Yes,
Draconian Times.
That is a classic fall record.
I love it so much.
Recommendo from High Tech Low Life. Okay, my recommendo would be The Lowdown. It is a...
Oh, I started that, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought you might be preparing to recommend it. The Lowdown is the new series by the guy who created Reservation Dogs. It's on FX, Hulu, whatever. Stars Ethan Hawke as a truth historian, or, low-rent independent paper journalist who owns a bookstore. And I think we're 3 episodes are out right now. And they have all been very good and real entertaining and interesting. And it's got Kyle MacLachlan as a guy running for governor, Jean Triplehorn as a widow who's fucking Kyle MacLachlan.
It's got the deer lady.
It does have the deer lady as Ethan Hawke's ex-wife.
Who is also in Letterkenny. She's really cool role in that show.
Yeah, it's Tim Blake Nelson is fucking great in a posthumous capacity.
That's not a spoiler. It's literally the first scene.
Yeah, and it's also got a bunch of fun material focusing on classic 50s and 60s crime novels by Jim Thompson. So
yeah. I've only watched the first episode, but I quite liked it and look forward to catching up.
Yeah, it's very good, and it's also it's not just good, it's also funny. Oh, and of course Keith David as a private investigator.
Yeah, Keith David. Fuck yeah. Oh, and am I wrong, or was that Killer Mike that
was in fact Killer Mike?
I'm not used to him not as a rapper, in a rap situation.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to look it up, but I believe I saw his first on-screen non-rapping appearance, which was in The Good Lord Bird, featuring Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. He was in that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's in the last 2 or 3 episodes, I think. And also in, I think it's the 2nd episode of The Lowdown, Ethan Hawke makes a John Brown reference.
Oh, nice.
At a funeral. Sure, why not?
Ethan Hawke in this in this show has a rebel flag tattoo, but it's an ironic rebel flag tattoo.
Yes,
that he has to explain to people, which is stupid but funny. You keep seeing it on his arm, and it's jarring because the rebel flag has become such a symbol of fucking hatred, and he's supposed to be a good guy.
It's fun. He is playing kind of a moron, but a well-intentioned moron.
A little bit like DiCaprio in that movie that we talked about.
Yeah, One Battle After Another.
Yeah,
he's got a lot more energy than DiCaprio.
He does. He does, and a lot more. I don't know. He's a lot more in. I feel like.
Yeah, more principled.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to talk about the non-recommendo?
All right. Let me crack my knuckles. Okay.
So should we give a disclaimer or an intro to why you're going to talk about this?
If you have an idea as to how to do that, feel fucking free.
When I was a young man, Josh and I hung out a lot and lived together for a while. And so I would not ever bother looking for new books to read. I would just ask Josh to hand me a book. And that's most of the books I've read in my life have been just handed to me from Josh. And one series that I got particularly into that he got me started on was the Parker novels by Donald Westlake, which is
Richard Stark.
Richard Stark. Sorry. Yeah. Are they the same guy? I never.
Yes.
I get them all mixed up.
Yes. Donald Westlake was the actual living person who died December 31st, 2008, RIP, and had pseudonyms variously as Richard Stark, Tucker Coe, Jay Judson. Yeah, I can't remember.
I think my brain, instead of remembering all those, just went with the real guy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Anyway, we both really like those novels, and there are a metric fuck ton of them, and there have been many movie adaptations over the years, and I feel like the Mel Gibson one got kind of close, but for the most part, none of them really nailed it that well, because the main character, Parker, is a hyper competent, but really, other than that, kind of dickhead main character that I just don't think translates well to screen.
Yeah. And okay. Yes, there are, I want to say a total of 24 Parker novels, or maybe that's the combined Parker and Grofield spectrum. Yeah. The first one, written by Donald Westlake in 1962 or 3, is called The Hunter, which has been remade a couple of times, or made into movies a couple of times. Number one, Point Blank, starring Lee Marvin in 1968. And that is actually a very good movie. It's fucking weird. It's like there's like some trippy bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it really goes into the idea that because Parker, the main character, is such an inhuman force through all of the books, Parker as a character is driven almost exclusively by the desire to get money. And his way of getting money is doing crime.
It's not even that, because once he has enough money, he stops doing crime. He's just driven by being successful and competent at what he does, and then
he's absolutely hyper competent. He needs to get enough money to last out the next year or 3 years or whatever. And the character is really interestingly a kind of a blank slate. You can just project whatever onto it,
which is great in a book. I feel like, his really only like thing that softens him is he has a girlfriend / fiance at one point, and he obviously cares very deeply for her. That's it, really. That's his only real personality trait.
Yeah, Parker is defined by everything he is not, which is human. He is just, and okay, the basic setup for these books is that Parker is a criminal. He is an armed robber, generally. I mean, there are other crimes, but armed robbery tends to be the way it goes. Yeah. He puts together a crew. He's very good at it. And then typically somebody either on the crew or just bad luck derails things, and the score goes south, and he tries to figure out a way to fix whatever went wrong and or get vengeance on the people who fucked him.
Yeah.
And the books are really interesting in that most of them have a pretty set structure of it's got like 4 acts all broken down into chapters. And then act 1 and 2 are the putting together the team, and then 2 is like performing the heist. And then at the end of 2, there's a cliffhanger where Parker gets shot or, dumped out of a moving car or left chained to a radiator, whatever. And then part 3, we cut to the viewpoints of the other people on the team, and, and or cops or whatever. And then we get back to part 4, and we're back to Parker's viewpoint, where it's fucking vengeance time, baby.
Yeah.
So
this preamble is to lead up to that another Parker movie has been released, and they're trying it again. The last time they tried it was with Jason Statham as Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not care for that movie, although it did feature Dax Riggs singing in a club, which I love very much. And I don't think Statham was the worst idea. He's just too fucking British.
I mean, I could totally see Statham doing it. Yeah. He's very British, but again, Parker is sort of a non-person.
Right.
So
Yeah,
sure, he can be a
not-
British non-person.
That one, that just the rest of the movie sucked. They just didn't make a compelling movie. But this time, tell them who the star is.
Well, you remember how when I described Parker as kind of a non-entity, he's a guy who kind of doesn't have a viewpoint and certainly doesn't have a sense of humor?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
What if you threw a quipping Marky Mark into it?
Oh, that sounds delightful. Oh, and by delightful, I mean I want to tear my hair out.
I have been struggling with this since I watched the movie last night, and it has truly been struggling. Like, I have put way more thought into this than I think anybody involved did.
I also want to say, how lucky are you that our main show fell apart so Josh can do 20 minutes on fucking a movie he hates about a book he loves?
Yes.
Because normally I would be like moving this along. We ain't got shit to do today.
So, yeah, this movie came out on Amazon Prime Video the 1st of October. It's called Play Dirty, and it features Mackie Mac as Parker, and also
just about the worst when it was announced. Just about the worst casting I can imagine.
Like, it's very bad. It's not quite the worst that I can imagine, but it's not like there was nothing that would lead me. I guess
Olivia Rodrigo would be slightly worse, but
honestly, I'd like to see what she could do with it. I don't know what her skills are, so sure, seems fine.
She can figure it out.
So this movie is based on slightly, vaguely little chunks here and there of several different Parker novels, but it's not really based on any of them at all. It's just like it takes a little tiny bit from here and a little tiny bit from there. It is co-written and directed by Shane Black, a guy who I have really enjoyed many of his movies. And I think his sensibilities, are fairly close to mine. He wrote The Nice Guys, which both Eric and I absolutely fucking love.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of rewrites on The Predator. He's actually one of the guys on the team in Predator. He's the guy with the glasses reading the comic book in the helicopter when they're going to the jungle.
Nice.
They hired him as an actor so that they wouldn't have to pay him to punch up the script.
Okay.
Or at least that was the idea. He also wrote Monster Squad, Last Action Hero. Oh, yeah, and all of the Lethal Weapon movies.
Oh, wow.
Like, he's a guy who has, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, shit, that's a big one.
Yeah, so this is a guy who I feel I can be on his wavelength a lot. Like, I like a bunch of these movies. It also has Lakeith Stanfield playing...
one of my, favorite current working actors, honestly.
Absolutely. He is one of those guys that I will happily watch him do almost anything.
He's actually a guy I would love to see play Case. I think I've mentioned it before. I don't know why. It just seems...
I could see that working.
Yeah.
And in one of the things that they took from the Parker novels is there's a character named Alan Grofield who recurs, I don't know, over the course of 7 or so Parker novels. And then he also gets his own series, who is he's really an actor who does crimes with Parker and people like Parker to fund his stupid summer stock theater out of a barn in Vermont.
Yeah.
He's primarily an actor.
You do. Yeah.
He is an inherently comedic role. And Lakeith Stanfield, I would pay so much good money to see just a series of Lakeith Stanfield as Grofield novels.
Yeah. It's like we said, Parker is this cold-blooded killer, but the books are still very... not killer. He doesn't really kill, but he's a cold-blooded criminal. Well, yeah. He doesn't...
It's not his
prefer
goal.
to.
Yeah. Because that brings a lot more heat.
But the books are still very funny and charming, and it's because of all the characters around Parker, which recur in some books and move in and out, and it's a whole little Parker extended universe.
It's a fucking world.
Yeah.
And so this movie, we got Quip and Marky Mark, who is exactly what you would expect in Marky Mark doing a fucking straight to streaming crime action movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and that's one of the most damning sentences I can say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
also,
Marky Mark would have stopped 9/11 if he'd been there.
oh man,
You know that.
I just kept, there's a scene in this movie where he, like Parker always does, explains his backstory. Now, a fun thing about the books is that Parker has no backstory. Parker is also not the character's actual name, probably.
Yeah.
He only exists when the book is operating effectively. He was probably in the army at some point and got dishonorably discharged. I mean, it's like the whole thing is that it's not a character. It doesn't have a backstory. He simply is. And that's kind of arguably one of the great metaphors of the book is that Parker doesn't, I mean, he is aware that he is a criminal in terms of what society says, but he's just a businessman. He's constantly and regularly presented as, he seems like he would be, a salesman in some sort of rough business like jukeboxes or used cars or cigarettes or something like that.
Yeah.
Parker is, in my view, the ultimate extension of capitalism. It is the most brutal and cold-blooded, Parker does crime as a business.
Yeah.
The fact that it's also against the law has nothing to do with it. He has just realized or decided that the most effective way to make money is to take money that other people have already made, which is capitalism.
Yeah.
Not to get it too much into the weeds.
No, I mean, it's true.
So Parker doesn't have a backstory. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. Fuck it. And it makes me angry that Marky Mark decided to present a backstory. And you'll never guess how this backstory, he was playing basketball and these fucking guys, and they beat him up and blah, blah, blah. And then he kicks the eye out of a Vietnamese guy.
No, that was real life. That wasn't.
Oh, wait. Yeah. But the fact that he decides to give a backstory to a woman he met an hour ago in movie time is something. And the woman, by the way, is Rosa Salazar, who we both really liked in Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, is she the lead?
Yeah, she's the female lead. She does fucking great work. I wish this movie didn't have fucking Parker attached to it. It's
Brand New Cherry Flavor. That was a weird fucking show that I liked, and she was the star in.
I think I remember you recommending that at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I still recommend it. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Anyway, the movie absolutely sucks fucking dead dog dick as a Parker film.
And how about as a film? Because like the Mel Gibson version, Payback, in which he played Porter, also kind of sucked as a Parker film, but was great as a crime movie.
It was a substantially better Parker film than this one, especially if you watch the director's cut.
Okay. He was kind of quippy in that.
There were more than I was comfortable with, but there are a lot less than there were in fucking Play Dirty.
Okay.
Okay, so absolutely terrible, makes me want to blow my brains out Parker movie. As just a movie, I still think it fucking sucked. And part of this, I'm trying to separate out my beloved bias. Parker. I'm trying to separate out my bias. I still think it fucking sucked, even if I take all of that out. There are parts I liked, Lakeith Stanfield was fucking great. Rosa Salazar, great. Thomas Jane is in 3 minutes of the movie, and he is very fun and great. I would like to see that guy as a supporting actor in a Parker movie. Tony Shalhoub is wonderful in it.
Wow, that's a fucking really great supporting cast.
The movie is fucking dog shit, though.
Man.
It's like, and I don't know. I guess.
Do you
Okay.
think there's a chance that Marky Mark himself like wanted a hand in some rewrites and like, I don't think this guy's very nice. I need to change him up.
Oh, there. Okay, actually, I should have talked about this earlier. So the backstory of this film is that like 10 years ago now, actually like 2016, something like that. Robert Downey Jr. Okay, so just imagine Robert Downey Jr.
I can imagine.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s production company, which I can't remember what it's called. It's not important. I think it involves his last name. Options the Parker series from Donald Westlake's widow, Abby.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's interesting because, again, Robert Downey Jr. is not someone I would cast as Parker.
No,
I mean,
at all.
You know, there are worse options. Like, for example, I think Ryan Reynolds would be a worse Parker than Marky Mark or Robert Downey Jr., but we're on this sliding scale of like worse.
Yeah.
Where
the problem is Parker is not a character that modern audiences are going to want to watch.
Yeah.
You have to make him, he's got to be like Gosling in Blade Runner, where he
has to be a cipher.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and the thing is, you can do that. Like, I have many times, especially over the past 15 hours, imagined in my mind, like, okay, how would you do this? Like, how could you make a successful film?
Yeah.
And there are absolutely ways you can do it, but there are not absolutely successful ways in which you can do it when the star is a funny, quippy guy. Like that you, like, I could have totally, I was just going through the list in my head of who could have been Parker or who could be Parker. You know who would have been a great Parker? Harrison Ford. Anytime prior to, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
I can see it.
He can be fucking quiet. He can be fucking scary and quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
He can tell people to get off his plane very well.
Liam Neeson would have been an amazing Parker because he is gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of ways you can do it.
What about our boy Batista? Is he too big?
I think Batista might be too big.
She's shrunk down a bit.
He has, yeah. Maybe now. I could maybe see that. I think there'd be a lot of makeup involved in terms of you'd want to airbrush out the tattoos because Parker is inherently kind of non-distinct.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I would be willing to watch a fucking Batista attempt. But the thing is, you can't do it with a, like, you know, who'd be an absolutely dog shit terrible Parker, Chris Pratt. Like any of the modern, say, post Marvel, post Iron Man movie stars.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris Pine.
I've
seen him be very serious.
He was very good in Hell and High Water.
I think he could do it.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, is this worth listening to?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
it's just us talking about who would be a good fucking character of a book nobody was listening to even probably fucking read.
Go out and read them, people.
Read them. They're short and easy.
Yeah, and especially nowadays with, you know, online ebook sources, they are shockingly easy to get as opposed to when I spent literally years browsing fucking used bookstores for the 30-year out of print paperbacks.
Well, shit. If you got all of them to choose from, your local half price books probably has 4 or 5 of them.
They'll at least have, based on me always compulsively looking at the Westlake and Stark sections, they will always have at least a couple of the Mysterious Press trade paperbacks. Probably Comeback, Flashfire. Those are great books. Comeback is the first modern one, 1998. Parker robs a fucking evangelical convention.
It's
beautiful. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, this movie sucks. I do not recommend watching it, and it really makes me question why the entertainment industry exists as it does. And like this would have been at best mediocre if the name Parker hadn't been attached to it, right? I mean,
and it's not like Parker's drawing in.
and
I guess it drew in your eyes, but
see, that is the thing that I'm having trouble reconciling because nobody knows the character Parker except for me and like a vanishingly small, statistically insignificant amount of the U.S. population.
yeah.
Like, it's not the word Parker and like crime is not a draw to literally anybody. So why? What was the value of attaching and subsequently sullying the property? Like
I don't know if the property can be any more sullied.
it's and that's the other thing. So for the entirety of his life, Donald Westlake did not allow any of the movies or adaptations to use the name Parker. They were always something totally different, unless
Which is why Mel Gibson played Porter.
yeah, and I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the main character names of the other ones, but yeah, there were never Parker because Westlake said in a number of interviews, like, yeah, I don't want to give the Parker character to somebody properly unless they at least want to do a series and they're willing to keep it to the character in the book. You can adapt them however you want, just don't use that fucking name. And this lasted for almost his entire life until Darwin Cook, the wonderful comic book artist, adapted The Hunter in 2007, I think.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I bought it because I'm a fucking lunatic. And he actually allowed, because apparently Cook basically illustrated the entire first half of The Hunter and sent it to Donald Westlake saying, I would like to do a comic book adaptation of the Parker novels. How do you feel about this? And like had sent him this portfolio of the entire first half of the fucking book. And Westlake was like, yeah, that's exactly right. Use Parker as much as you want.
That's
like,
nice.
I'll happily endorse this. Yeah. And unfortunately, Cook then died. I don't know. God, it must be.
And then Westlake died.
Well, Westlake died first. Cook died probably 2015. I think I remember mentioning it on, God, that must have been Creek of the Week.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we doing here, man? Guys,
I think I don't know, man. Maybe there's some cachet to being able to tell a studio it's an adaptation of an old book.
I guess, but
maybe it's something in the business that we're not familiar with. But
I mean, I guess like just the idea of, I assume it has something to do with like the fact that you can go in and say, hey, there are 24 of these books.
Yeah.
And they have sold a whole 15 copies worldwide.
I'm curious how successful they actually were.
They're pretty successful for, straight to paperback.
There's a lot of movies, like not just the Parker novels, but the guy wrote several different main character focused books, and it would be a fun podcast to go through them all.
I don't know. What do we call that? Fucking Westlake cast?
Yeah, I don't know. We'd need a pun. But
yeah. Also, Donald Westlake, as I think I mentioned this 3 weeks ago, he also wrote the John Dortmunder novels, which were in 1973 made into the movie, one of them, The Hot Rock, with Robert Redford in the starring role as John Dortmunder. And that novel began life as a Parker novel, but Westlake could not stop it from turning funny.
Yes. The Dortmunder novels are like Parker novels, except they're very funny.
They are very comedic, and I highly recommend all of them. Honestly, go to a used bookstore, go to fucking Big River or other ebook retailer and buy Donald Westlake novels. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, I agree. This has been our segment called Just let Josh talk about something for a while.
Josh wants to blow his brains out. Let him distract himself. Let him distract himself by critiquing the entirety of the media and waxing poetic about capitalism in relation to crime in 1960s pulp novels.
That's the proper title, and we'll be working on a stinger for it for the next time.
We
it
gotta get a
happens.
stinger for that motherfucker.
All right, we've done this long enough. Let's announce what we're doing next week, because I'm excited to announce it. Ooh. And roll on out of here.
Yes.
So next week we have a guest incoming, if all goes well. I always hate to announce guests when anything can happen.
Yeah.
But we are hoping to have the infamous.
Ooh. That means more than famous, right?
Yeah. No, we're hoping to get Colin from Astronomica to review Alien Earth with us, the new series that just finished up a couple weeks ago.
Yes, created by Noah Hawley, starring the coach from Friday Night Lights' daughter, and Timothy Oliphant,
the sheriff from Deadwood,
and fucking Vivian Savage from The Young Ones.
The Babadook, she's in it.
Babadook's in there, yeah. Gay icon, the Babadook.
She was the Babadook, right? Yeah, that's what that movie is about.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like spoiler alert, it's not all going to be great. Like that is an interesting. I think there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that. We're hoping to do it in a one-parter. No promises.
Yeah.
We have a tendency to not be able to shut our fucking mouths.
Yeah, as looking at the timestamp on this recording right now.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a 30-minute episode. But
yeah.
Dystopia also got
a lot of things get away from us, guys.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Also, please, I'm going to go mosey into plugs here. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. We usually, most of the stuff on there is watching movies and commenting on them as we watch them.
Mm-hmm.
We might do other things. It's a playground.
Yeah, and we've had some bangers on there. Listen to us watch The Thing and They Live and other John
Burst City. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, Burst City. That was a wild one. Watching along with a guest.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, audience, I cannot recommend if you liked what we talked about on Burst City. I cannot recommend the Blu-ray from Arrow Video highly enough. I just got it last week before last, and boy, it is a fucking banger. It looks beautiful for a 16 millimeter black and white piece of shit, with some really interesting special features.
Yeah, that could be. Maybe we need another Patreon episode on it, just to watch the special features.
Drive the audience away.
Yeah. Oh, remember?
Listen to us. Listen to a dubbed interview with a Japanese director.
That's good stuff. Also, we're on Bluesky. If you can stomach opening Bluesky anymore, just the bummerest place on the internet. But
I don't know.
We're there.
That's kind of true, but also I can't even imagine how bad Twitter is these days.
Oh God,
like
no.
It has to be just a nonstop nightmare.
I finally deleted my Twitter last week. The High Tech Low Life one is still there, but my personal one is now scrubbed, and it felt cleansing, much like when I did Facebook. And I think TikTok's next. I'm coming for you, TikTok.
But then, how will you see Hood Dude food reviews?
I don't know, man. I will miss. I think he's on Instagram too. Instagram's going to be the last one I've decided for no reason other than, I don't know. It's the least depressing, and there's some Dawson's Creek stuff on there that makes me smile.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, check us out on the social media and email us. Oh, fuck, we've an email.
Oh, God damn it, man.
We promised it. We got to get to it.
Okay, let's do it real quick. I honestly have a quick answer for it.
There we go. Okay, a simple question for Josh.
All right. I'm here, caller.
This is from Kevin. Kevin's emailed us several times. Kevin says, "Hey guys, I typically have long rambling questions for you, but this time I'm going to keep it simple. I just wanted Josh's opinion on something. How would you define the difference between cyberpunk and post-cyberpunk. What would you say the first post-cyberpunk work was? I don't know what it takes for a genre to become post, so I have no idea what the answer is here, or if a post-cyberpunk even exists, which is why I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks for keeping this podcast going after 100 eps.
Yay, we made it.
I am also curious, like when somebody says post-punk, or I don't really know what that means because I feel like they're still punk. So lay it on us.
Yeah. Okay. So the simplest answer I have to this is, I don't know, man. I don't fucking buy the concept of post-cyberpunk.
Okay. That's fair.
I did, like, it is something that I have, like, that set of syllables is something I've come across before. And I have never been able to get a solid definition on it. And so I actually did, after we got this email, I actually did like look it up and kind of, try and figure out what people are calling post cyberpunk. And I don't fucking buy it, man. It's most of the shit.
Example?
Yeah, like let's see. Let me see if I can find the article. A lot of it is people tend to think like kind of, I don't know, anything with a vague element of hope is post cyberpunk. Okay, so actually here, I'll just pull up the TV tropes. Okay. Post-cyberpunk Post-cyberpunk picks up where cyberpunk left off, whereas cyberpunk was a darker and edgier riptoast to older science fiction.
Rip.
Yep.
Riposte.
Riptoast. That's a joke for literally nobody.
Usually your jokes will at least land with one guy. That one's just me.
Yep. And I'm okay with that. So it's a riposte to the older science fiction intended to portray what might happen if we don't all destroy ourselves. Post-cyberpunk is intended to present a less pessimistic, more idealistic vision.
Okay.
And I, like, most of the stuff on the list that I saw are things that I would just call fucking cyberpunk. It's like with maybe some amount of slightly different focus. I mean, it's not that cyberpunk itself is tremendously well defined, but
right.
Post cyberpunk is even less well defined than that. Oh, let's see. Okay, so here's a list. Let's see. Existence.
It's post cyberpunk.
You're
saying that's
post cyberpunk.
More hopeful?
I don't know, man.
That movie was a bummer.
Yeah, it was. Her.
Also, I mean, I guess it's kind of a bummer too. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Inception.
Wow. Do we have to cover Inception?
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
I would too. We won't have Sean as a guest.
Minority Report.
Don't see anything hopeful about Minority Report.
Not really. Okay, so here's the one that actually made me kind of interested. So, RoboCop 2014.
But not the original.
Yeah, okay. So here's the entry on TV tropes. Omnicorp and its parent company, OCP, isn't an almighty 1980s style megacorp. Though the issue of automated drones, rising crime, and sinister surveillance is touched on. On the other hand, RoboCop is shown to be using many of those same technologies for good. So, yeah, I don't... Oh, also, Halting State and Rule 34 by Charles Stross are described in this as...
Covered Halting State, yeah.
Post-cyberpunk. It seems like
their actual definition is anything that isn't like super traditional sprawl / cyberpunk 2077 or whatever type,
Yeah, and I don't fucking...
metal arms shit.
I don't buy that as different.
I don't either.
So, I mean, I don't know.
The same themes are being discussed in all of these works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird, decent question, but I don't have a good answer to it because
No, it's a great question.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. How do I deal with that?
No, I think you answered it. Like, I mean, it's just, he's asking your opinion. So your opinion is that it's not really a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a thing that media writers use so they can describe something and separate it from older works, probably is what it really comes down to. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
Probably. Like when somebody says just post cyberpunk to me, I would reflexively think, I don't know, something like what is the Neil Stephenson book we covered?
Snow Crash.
Would be like something like Snow Crash, where Snow Crash is a conscious reaction to and satire of cyberpunk, but I don't think that it
wasn't on the list, was it?
No, it isn't.
And it's on every fucking list of cyberpunk. So your definition makes sense, but I don't think that's how people are.
See, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I mean, that's none of the stuff that they list makes,
that argument.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man.
Anyway, thanks for the email. Thanks for the question. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Kevin has the best questions.
And we can talk about post-punk all day, but...
Well, we don't have time.
No, we do not.
Spent too much time on Marky Mark.
Maggie Mac.
The patron saint of our podcast. Let's be real. We quote him at the beginning of every episode.
Say hello to your mother for me?
Yeah, that's right. His brother could play Parker.
Huh.
Donnie. What are we doing? Let's go.
Last time I saw Donnie in anything.
All those social medias, check them out. And we don't have a quote, so...
say hello to your mother for me?
Say hello to your mother for me, and go Brewers. I don't know.
Yeah. Go Brewers.
Go Brew Crew.
Euchre's Ghost should carry them through.
We'll see by the time this drops. That series will be over.
Well,
bye.
Bye.
That ended well.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Bluesky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Everybody, hide the planet! Hide the planet!
Shut up and get in the car.